Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant here today. Kicking back with me, I've got Bryan Battle, who is fighting Kevin Jousset over at UFC Paris. This is, of course, the night Moicano is fighting BSD. But listen, Bryan Battle back in action. How psyched are you to fight over there in France?
Um, it's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to get the experience of going and traveling and fighting overseas and everything like that.
Mhm.
But it's still a business trip. You know what I'm saying? It's like I still got to go out there and be focused the whole week, and then go out there and beat Kevin's ass. You know what I'm saying? Um, so on one hand, I'm excited to go out to Paris, but on the other hand, I know I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of Parisy things while I'm in Paris.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. So what do you make of the actual matchup? He is a French guy, so he will have the crowd behind him, but he is a city kickboxing guy.
Now, like I said, I was fortunate enough to fight in Charlotte. It's not. I feel like a lot of people don't get a chance to fight in their hometown, or
Hmm.
in his case, his home country.
Right.
I know what that's gonna be like. I know it's an amazing feeling, especially when you're the hometown guy. Um, I enjoy being the spoiler as much as I enjoy being the hometown guy. So it's like,
Yeah.
if there's energy, period. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Whether people are
Yeah.
cheering me, whether they're booing me, whether they're booing the other guy, whether they're cheering the other guy, as long as people in the arena, there's a lot of people in there invested in your match, and there's energy.
Mhm.
I eat that shit up. So I'm excited about it. I'm happy that I'm fighting a dude from France in France. You know what I mean? And then the city kickboxing thing. I mean,
Yeah.
once again, it's nice because that's a name that people are familiar with.
Hmm.
Because they're not very familiar with the name Kevin Jousset. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so that's something for people once again to get invested in, to make the matchup a little bit more interesting. But like I'm fighting Kevin Jousset. I'm not fighting the people from City Kickboxing that people know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like I'm
Yes.
not fighting Dan Hook. I'm not fighting Stylebender.
Right.
Um, I would love to fight either one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? That'd be lit.
Right.
But I'm fighting Kevin Jousset. So the fact that he's at City Kickboxing, that's cool. I kind of try to keep that in the
Mhm.
back of my head when I'm thinking about preparing for this fight. Who he's training with. But it doesn't really do anything for me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It does at least speak to the quality of training partners he has, the preparedness he will have. You know what I mean? You know he's not coming from some chump camp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's all the same. You could have the best coach in the world. It don't matter. You're fighting Bryan the Battle. You know what I'm saying? Bryan the Butcher Battle.
Yeah.
You feel me? So regardless, best camp, best training partners, the result's gonna be the same in the end, regardless. You know what I mean?
So I will say this too, and I'm glad you're okay with being the spoiler because I've been fortunate enough to go to Paris for the last couple shows, and the energy in the arena is phenomenal. So you will absolutely have that energy. You will absolutely have it to give back, to feed off of rather. It's exciting there. It's a great crowd, so you will have a lot of fun. The cool thing is too now after the Olympics, like we're in the same place that all the gymnastics happened, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's kind of cool. But so listen, especially now, Butcher, after the Ange Loosa fight, I feel like everybody's primed and ready to watch you go out and just do work. So how were you affected by that fight and the way it ended and it was a no contest and clearly you were very fired up after.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. And it's like in the immediate aftermath, I honestly didn't know if the way things ended kind of worked out better than a win would have, because it was just like there was so many more people, like like a lot of people were reposting it, and I got a
Yeah.
lot of fans from it. After things settled down a little bit, I was like, nah, I definitely would have rather had the W. I would definitely would have rather have just like been able to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? But all things considered, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed with. It was an unfortunate circumstance, but I was blessed the way that
Mhm.
it all worked out and shook out. So, having it be 5-1-1 instead of 6-1 is a little annoying, but what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We're both moving on. He had a fight like a month ago or something like that. I got this fight coming up at the end of this month, so it's one of those things that it happened. I'm happy I got another fight so that we can move past it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say is I think it did a lot for you regardless. I mean, I was sitting right there. I'm pretty sure I got to look. I think I filmed a video of you walking out, but I was,
You did. You did.
that
You filmed
is,
you
yeah,
filmed a video of me, and then his brother started talking crazy. And I was looking at you. You had the camera, and then I stopped. And I was looking at his brother. I was like, "Come on, man. Come
come
on, bro.
on,
Don't
man.
do this right now. You don't want this. You just saw.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm just.
Yeah. So I'll put the link to that. But that's exactly was my point is that sure you want the win, sure you want that victory, sure it would have been amazing to knock him out, but the amount of time you got on the mic after, the way you expressed yourself, the way that you looked after it, I mean, like it I feel like was a positive thing for your career.
Yeah, it was definitely. I would say it's a net W, and everyone who watched it. It's one of those things where it's like, as time goes on, people forget what actually happened in the fight. You just look at the results. So when people look at the results, they'll see a no contest. But anybody who actually watched it, or anybody who goes back and watches it, they will know who the unofficial winner of that fight is. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a part of you that wants to run it back?
Not really. I mean, I would like, it's like I'm a fighter. This is what I get paid to do is to fight people. But
Uh-huh.
it's I'm like and so it's like I'm not turning down any fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with that being said, I would like to test myself against people. It's like I know I can whoop Ange now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now it's like I felt like that before, but now it's like I know definitively I can beat the shit out of him however I want to. So I'd rather test myself against someone. It's like I'm confident that I can beat everybody, but it's like I want to put that to the test. I want to see if how I feel is reality. You know what I mean?
Well, you definitely seem to have leveled up before that fight, and now with this fight with Kevin Jousset, now he's not ranked, and you're not ranked yet either, but you're definitely getting closer. And I'm curious what your, how concerned are you with your path to the title, or is it do you look one or two fights ahead, or have you mapped out the whole way you'd like to get there?
Um, at this stage, so it's definitely evolved over time. I
Mhm.
think going into the Ange fight, I was a little bit more pressed about getting a ranked opponent or somebody with some kind of name or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Something to build off of. But now the way I'm looking at it is just like, yeah, I just gonna stack up bodies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stack up heads, and
Yeah.
it's like just become undeniable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask for anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, keep on doing what I'm supposed to be doing, keep on killing people, and just get to the point where it's like people are demanding for me to get these fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want. Oh, I wonder what it's like. No, we got to see Bryan fight this because he's been
Mhm.
doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, now it's like I'm really just. I want to stay busy. I want to stay active, and I want to just, take out everybody. You know what I mean?
I love that. It's interesting to use that undeniable thing because I've literally thought about if I ever wrote an autobiography, like that would actually is a name I considered. I know
Hell
people have
yeah.
used it before and stuff like that, but I 100% know what you mean. Where it's just like, look, it has to be this way now. It just has to be this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
with that said, no, you're good. There's some real rising talent, right? Like we got guys like Michael Morales on the rise, and so I know that a lot of the people that are in the sort of 10 to 15, and I have got the rankings here and stuff, but like those people, everybody wants to fight up, right? Everybody wants to fight up, and so especially with you, the risk versus the reward is going to be tough, and so it is going to be hard for you to get those fights.
Yeah. 100%. And it's like I can lose a lot of time, and like I'm entering my prime right now. Like I feel
Mhm.
amazing. It's like I had accepted a couple fights before this one where the other side turned it down. So it's just like the best time to beat me was yesterday. So it's like
Yeah.
it's whatever improvements I made last fight, y'all gonna see more improvements this fight. Like I'm in better shape coming into this fight. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so I'm just gonna keep on growing and getting better. So you know, it'll be like one of those things where it's like like Sean O'Malley, he fought a bunch of unranked people, and then
Mhm.
next thing you know, he's fighting the number one contender. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like,
Yeah.
I'm not really like I'm just making a highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep on stacking up highlights, and wherever that leads is wherever that leads.
Well, and not for nothing too, if you're the and you are, I know, the stay ready so you don't have to get ready type, with the Ultimate Fighter, I mean, yeah, with the Ultimate Fighter behind you and all this other stuff, like in short notice opportunities, in those kind of things, you have a name brand. You're the kind of guy that gets the call in those places. You know what I mean? And so, you might end up getting a ranked fighter like all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It's cool. It's kind of exciting. I'm curious though what you think with Belal as champion now. Like, what has that done for you in terms of, um, just what it does for the division? Or this is a guy that had such a hard road to get there and did it. So it's quite inspirational, I think, too.
Nah, man, it's not that inspirational for me.
No,
Bilal's getting it done. It's not that. To me personally, it's not that
okay,
inspirational.
okay.
But no, I mean,
No, I get that a lot of people
uh,
don't like his
like
fight
obviously,
style or whatever, but the odds were against him even getting the shot.
no, no, he did the thing. Like it's
Yeah.
like good for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You did it. But I mean, that's what we're all here to do. It's not even like a style thing at this point. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's just like like there's nobody competing in welterweight. They're all peers right now. So
Mhm.
if you do it, like I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? You accomplished a major like career goal, life goal. Good for you.
Mhm.
But that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I want to be. So it's like once again, real looking at it realistically, I'm not ranked right now, so it's like I'm not
Mhm.
technically thinking about Belal too much. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
He
unless
might
some
not
kind of
be
miracle
champ by the
happens, I'm
time
not
you're
gonna be
there.
go for
Yeah.
fighting. Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
and then like you said, there's a lot of like Shavkat. You know what I'm saying? Jack Della Maddalena. Sean Brady,
Mhm.
uh, Morales. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of young killers coming up, and so those are really
Yeah.
more or less the guys that I'm paying most attention to. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but
Amazing.
no, I got a lot of respect for Bilal, but there's nothing super. His title win didn't really do much for me. It was more just like a status change at the top of the division.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I will say, it's interesting. We were just talking about this at work the other day, and the whole status change. That's what we need, though. At least there's some movement, right? And there's some guys that are ranked that don't even fight that much, and it is tough, but at least it's something good to at least do something to incite some change in the division.
Yeah, for me, like personally, the moves I like are the moves that get the fans the most excited. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
Whatever gets the people going. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that. Like if we had a champ at the top of the welterweight division that was like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Killing
Mhm.
everybody. It's like yeah, that's fucking let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? So we'll
Yeah.
see what Bilal does. You know what I'm saying? If he keeps on going out there and doing like if he performs like he did against Leon, you know what I'm saying? I'll
Mhm.
look forward to seeing him one day. But right now, I'm just thinking about Kevin Jousset. You know what I mean?
Nice. So, okay, so before I let you go, then, if you could predict or idealize how you would like that fight to go in Paris, how would it go?
Um, Man, there is no ideal way for it to go. Like the ideal way for it to go
Yeah.
is for me to beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's really you pick Kevin. You know what I'm saying? You want to do this the easy way or the hard way? You want to do it on the ground? You want to do it on the feet? You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever you leave
Yeah.
open is what I will take. And I'm going to beat you into the ground regardless. So I don't see the fight getting out of the second round. I can see it being competitive early, but as the fight goes on, I'm gonna beat him up, wear him out, and take him out.